Here we go.
Sunday sales meeting, episode 3. Let's go.
Let's get it.
Okay, I forgot to get drinks.
You're good. I got a Coke
Like,
here.
do you need a water? No? You're good?
No, I got my little drink.
So, I finally watched Disclosure Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what did you think?
I think I agree with what you were saying. You were saying there was like just a little bit more could have been like I don't know. I feel like most of the movie was more about them running from the government.
Yeah, I agree. And it was just a lot of hallways and
I feel like the whole world might feel not the whole world, but like a huge amount of people are gonna be like, yeah, this isn't what I thought it was gonna focus on.
I agree.
Like it was basically them running from the government, and then a quick montage of like reenactments of videos that have been leaked to us.
Right. And most of that stuff I already heard about. I mean, it wasn't too crazy. And they didn't really highlight any aliens, and they didn't really answer any questions. And I don't know. I wanted my socks to be blown off, but they kind of
You
went
wanted
like,
your balls to explode.
yeah, exactly.
What you just said.
Yeah.
And so I kind of went into it like hoping my balls were gonna explode, but
What happened?
not even a shudder.
Dang.
That's a good term.
Did you get Operation? What we were talking about?
Operation Project Blue Balls.
Yeah.
Project Blue Balls. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what they should have called the movie.
I agree.
How is there no memes all over the place like that already?
Maybe not enough people are going to the movies anymore. And
No
maybe
one's going to the moon either.
and not a lot of people bring up aliens in day-to-day topics.
Dude, I saw a clip the other day of, and you may have seen it. I guess there was this guy who went into one of the original Apollo 11 astronauts' house to interview him. And like, I guess the interviewer played it off as if
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, as if he was just asking him questions, about like, and then at the end of it, he's just kind of like, yeah, can you admit like that you guys didn't go on the moon or whatever, and he starts freaking out, like punches him in the shoulder or something. Like this old, who was that?
The astronaut?
Yeah.
I think that one might have been the Mitchell guy, something Mitchell, but there was a couple, like Buzz also punched that guy in the face.
Buzz Aldrin?
Yeah.
Maybe it was Buzz.
Because Bart Sobrell is the guy. He's an interesting guy because he doesn't think we went to the moon, but he made a documentary about it. But he thinks he's not like a flat earther or anything. He just genuinely thinks that we didn't go to the moon.
That is another problem. People think that just because someone says they believe in one thing doesn't mean that they do or do not believe in other things.
Oh, I know.
Like,
I know. It could be so many
like people
possibilities.
think. I feel like there's a stigma that anybody who thinks that either aliens exist or like that Kennedy died a certain way, or like just any conspiracy, they automatically like pair them with flat earthers.
Right. Or
Which-
anything else.
I still don't know.
I don't know either.
I haven't seen the whole thing.
I haven't either. We're in what sucks.
I'm just completely open-minded to like every side of pretty much anything.
Me too.
Just because we don't have somebody that's come back and been like, yeah, this is what it is.
Right. And it's all secondhand opinion, and even if you're not a flat earther or anything like that, it's interesting how so much is like animation and drawings, and when you look at the stuff, it's like, hey, this is it going into this, and it's still like not real. It's
Have
weird.
you seen the one where the hot air balloon goes up into the, like, it's like a video of this hot air balloon going, and then there's like water.
A real
Like,
video?
It looks like, I mean, it looks really real.
Okay.
And then there's a camera attached to it, and it goes under the water, and out comes like this, like metal looking triangle. Like,
I haven't seen that. Pull it up. Fuck yeah. Badass.
just look up hot air balloon touches firmament.
Because there was a. Did you ever hear the scientist that was the first guy to do that?
I'm sure there was a guy who did it, who invented the hot air balloon just to do that. Who's the guy who invented Galileo?
I don't remember, but there was a scientist that is on like a Hennessy commercial or something like that. Have you ever seen that where he goes up and he splooshes through the waters above?
Wait, on a Hershey's commercial?
I think it's Hennessy or
Oh,
something.
Hennessy.
I think so, or it's some type of. It might not be Hennessy, but it's some type of whiskey. Does it say? In the old Bibles, it says that the firmament's, it says how far up it is, and it's not that far. Isn't that wild?
I don't think that's it at all. No.
But there's a triangle that comes
It
out.
almost looks like. You might just put like balloon. Maybe it wasn't a hot air balloon. Yeah, it was like, so on Twitter, like the way I scroll, I don't scroll straight down, I just refresh and look at whatever's at the top of the page.
And it didn't look like AI or anything.
It could have been AI.
But a triangle came down.
But it didn't look like AI, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it didn't look bad. Yeah, it almost, you ever seen like a sinker for a fishing pole? Or like for fishing?
Yeah,
And there's like different
yeah.
sinkers,
Yeah.
and there's the ones that are shaped like a wedge
Yeah.
almost.
It was like
That's
that.
what it looked like, but it was huge, like big.
Holy shit.
And it was like, and there was a bunch of them, and they're like coming out slow. Like slow. It was weird. It was like the balloon was going in, and those were like coming out. And
Holy
just
shit.
coming down into. Yeah, but yeah, you're right. I've seen that in the Bible. We have a Bible here, and it's I think it's the English ESV, English Standard Version. So it's like modern. It's a brand new one that we've had it for like a couple months, and maybe a year. And it says in Genesis, like in the beginning, God created. Like it doesn't. I know which one you're talking about. The one with the map in it that shows like waters above, firmament,
and it says actual like
heaven,
mileage and shit, or feet, or
yeah, it's like 7 miles. No. 74,000 miles. No. 7 miles.
And it probably differs Bible to Bible. Have you seen They Live? That's a good one. That's a good one.
But I feel like I just scrolled past it.
It's a good one, bro. I watch that one every once in a while.
Did it just come out or no?
It's an old one. It's got like an old wrestler named Roddy Piper in it. And it's the one, Obey the Closing Line?
Not? Yeah.
With the zombies, like, faces, and then the glasses and shit. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
That's from that movie, basically, in reference to that movie.
Oh, wait. The one where the guy gets the glasses and sees people, like...
I don't know if that's right, but...
Yes, you may be thinking of claims at the firmament above or something.
Can you imagine if that was real? Not saying it is, but can you imagine if it was only 23 miles? What?
I mean...
Can you imagine? And if it was all a charade, like they're hiding it, it'd be
why
nuts.
does it? I mean, why does it? It can't be 25 miles.
That'd be nuts.
You're telling me all these planes flying around, and you only got 25 miles of space this way?
Doesn't seem
to
right.
Like, be careful.
That doesn't seem right.
Well,
Can you imagine though? And
it's just a weird perception, I think.
I know. And if you believe that, you have to believe a whole lot of other stuff, and it's a lot. What's going on? And we still don't know. You could believe that and be wrong. You could believe the opposite and be wrong. You could believe in the middle and be wrong. What if it's all really like the Matrix? That'd be crazy. Not to bring that up randomly, but...
No, it's not random. It's like, dude, I think the Matrix idea can tie into almost like, you can tie almost anything in.
Yeah.
It's like a ball of yarn.
You're right.
Like all the conspiracies are like just a
Buddy, yeah.
messy ball of yarn, and you can kind of like,
They all tie together.
yeah, if you like took the time to like untangle all of it, you get this really long fucking string.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh,
100%.
because like everything fits somewhere. It seems like everything fits somewhere, kind of like zodiac signs.
Yeah.
Feels like, I know you're telling me about the Chinese ones, which seem to be like more accurate-ish, or no?
They both have their accuracies. Oh, they both have the accuracies. That sounds like some old wisdom, but
They both have their accuracy.
yeah.
But what is inside is what counts.
Yeah, exactly. It's what you make of.
Kung Fu Panda, it's like the ingredients is you.
Oh yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's
But-
another reason why I think movies are supposed to be like some are just for fun or for kids, but all of them have some kind of like hidden, like every movie has like a moral, and every story has like a moral, but I feel like movies have hidden morals sometimes.
Yeah.
That you like need to pay attention to the movie to even like be like, oh, okay.
It's like it sounds like
More than entertainment purposes, I feel like.
Yeah.
Is what I mean.
like a way of showing like some universal truth type of thing.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Very interesting. I just got done watching The Matrix Reloaded.
Is it the second one?
Yes. The Merovingian and shit. That guy's wild. The twins.
But you haven't
I haven't seen past 3.
what's the fourth one? There's a fourth one?
Revolutions or something like that.
Yeah.
Or Resurrection or something.
Yeah.
Erection, something. But-
Matrix erection. Maybe that's why people come to the Matrix, because in the real world you can't get an erection.
Yeah. You're just a skinny bob. What if we're all skinny bobs? What if that's what we really look like and this is the
Instead of Theo Von's ribs and dick guy, it's just ribs.
That'd be terrible. That's basically skinny bob anyway. Do you think at the base level it's atoms or it's like code, or do you think the atoms are the code? Like the Matrix?
Well, I did see another post. I don't know, I'll say, but I did see another post of a clip of this woman asking ChatGPT, which we do know that like the different AIs are like different. I'm not saying like somebody's trying to make one evil or someone's. What's up?
No, I was just checking the camera.
Oh, do we need to move it?
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Keep going.
You might have to cut this out
No, you're good, right?
because I don't know how to do that on the phone.
We can do it. We can do it.
Okay. Cool.
But-
Pause. We gotta pause.
Alright, so
What was that?
you were talking about that video you saw? 'Cause-
Oh, ChatGPT. This lady was asking ChatGPT about teleportation. Because you were talking about, what were we talking about? If I thought that the if this were a matrix, if like the bottom level of everything is just like code,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Is it code or atoms was what the original
Code,
thing?
yeah, code or atoms. So this kind of ties in with that. She asked about teleportation, and ChatGPT was like, yes, so if you focus, and the lady claims to have like almost done it before.
Teleport?
Yeah.
Okay.
So open-mindedly thinking about it. Okay. So she says she's almost done it. And described it as feeling like the room was like filled with water. Like everything was kind of like liquidy, like reality felt like liquidy. ChatGPT said that in the Matrix or whatever, you first of all, ChatGPT is acting like I don't know if this video is altered or not, but ChatGPT seemed to be acting like it knew, like, yeah, we're in a matrix, and in a matrix, if you just focus on where you want to be, it's just like a video game that like renders
You there?
like, yeah. And he said that the code kind of melts away and turns to liquid. That's why you get that like room floating, everything's like kind of melting away feeling right before, that's the moment like right before it renders the next thing that you're picturing.
That's
So
interesting.
you kind of gotta like sit calmly. You don't have to meditate, but you sit calmly and just like kind of get to where your eyes start to like fade out and you can't like see it like almost right before you fall asleep, kind of. But you focus on something. I don't know. I don't really know how she said she was doing it, but he did. ChatGPT did mention like reality or the code of the matrix just kind of like crumbling away and coming into another one. So it seems like maybe code makes up atoms. Like, so what if you have like atoms, and then even smaller than that, you get like, what's smaller than an atom? That's the smallest
Like
thing.
a quark.
Huh?
You get like quarks and like little things. Quarks, I know, are inside atoms. Because you got quarks are inside, I think, electrons and protons, I think, and neutrons. That's what makes up the atom, and then you got quarks inside of those.
Okay.
And then beyond that, you got strings, allegedly, but some people hate string theory, like some smart people do. It's like a mainstream thing, but
String theory isn't that like one of the most controversial arguments in the like physics and cosmetology world? Not cosmetology, cosmology. Sorry, that's my fault. You got makeup, then you got the moon. Makeup on the moon.
I think it's like spearheaded by Michio Kaku. Michio Big Kaku.
Well, what if? Okay, so if you got, what are they again? Quarks.
Quarks are inside of.
got
I think
atoms.
those are inside of protons and neutrons and electrons.
So what the smallest thing would be a quark then?
I think it goes even smaller than that at this point.
What if code is even smaller than that?
And then you've heard of the DMT thing. Did we talk about that? Where you,
Huh? The DMT thing?
people on DMT, when you shine a laser.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said it
I've
looks
seen
like.
that so many times I can even like recognize the guy. Like it's like up close to the wall. I don't understand DMT because I thought it made you like immobile, like kind of forces you into a sleep, like into a dream.
Yeah, so
So I don't get how he was on DMT while looking at the laser, like able to just like get up and like look at the laser. So I don't really know.
right. Is it like a?
I would have to do DMT and look at a laser, I think. But we're open-minded, so what's it?
So like
What's
they
it
have
say?
different
Protons,
chords,
neutrons,
one up
electrons.
chord, two down chords. So that's what makes them different.
Quark.
Almost sounds like quirk, like
Quarks.
which is
Okay.
like personality traits, which is funny.
Quirks or quarks.
But I thought that
I
was
thought you were
interesting.
saying quartz,
Quartz, yeah, and
as in like quartz mountain.
yeah, and those are
Crystal.
powerful crystals too. Speaking of,
Really? Why?
I think they can create electricity when you like bash them together. I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
I don't know if that's right, but I'm pretty sure. It's kind of like the quarks thing. I think I've heard that before. But I thought it was interesting in The Matrix, just like the architect scene. That's like one of my favorite scenes in a movie. Whenever he goes through the doors and then the architect's there. You know what I'm talking about? He's got white hair, a white beard, and all the TV screens around him. I feel like you know it if you saw it, bro.
The architect? What's the movie called?
Matrix Reloaded.
Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah, I know it. Yeah. Okay.
And you know what's crazy about him too? is Philip K. Dick. Have you heard of him before? He's the one that wrote Blade Runner and stuff like that in the book. And the character looks like him. And Philip K. Dick said all of his stories are from a past life, or like an alternate life or something like that. He's got some wild off the wall shit, Philip K. Dick. The K stands for killer. Philip K. Dick. But yeah, let me show you Philip K. Dick real quick. He's got some wild shit, bro.
Does he like? Wait, so he's claiming that he's lived these other lives and then just wrote about them?
Kinda, right? A little bit of a similarity.
Huh.
Some people say.
Wow. And so that's who they're supposed to reference in the Matrix?
I don't know.
You think?
Some people have speculated that, but that scene is crazy in the Matrix. He's like, yeah, there's been 5 more before you and all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? It's crazy, bro.
Oh yeah, because he was like, okay, you just watched it too.
Yeah, that's
it's
why
been a while
I
since
know.
I've seen all of them, like at least 3 times, but like since they've been out though. Because I remember when Reloaded came out.
Me too. It still seems new to me
On
almost
DVD,
because
on DVD and Blu-ray.
yeah, exactly. Dude,
You kids don't know what that is yet. Well,
right. Some of them might.
it's not like we're leaving a video for a future kid.
And conspiracy. Yeah, that's true.
When you get here.
How I Met Your Mother style shit.
Yeah.
But I just find it interesting. Oh, dude, did you know the Oracle? Have I told you this? That the Oracle is the lady that wrote The Matrix? Other people have talked about that a lot, but it's pretty crazy.
Like the actor who did it?
The
who played the Oracle in the movie is the one who wrote it? What are you saying?
So basically, there's this black lady that was like a real life Oracle. She wrote a book, and it was actually Terminator and The Matrix. It was one. It was literally one.
Dude.
It was the same story, bro.
What a movie.
John Connor is Neo, bro. She said,
why didn't we get that movie?
I know. From her mouth, she said that, bro. Dude, if you look her up, she's a badass, bro. And then alleged. This is what I think happened. Tell me if I'm crazy, which I am. I think the Matrix itself stole the fucking movie from this lady, bro, and spun it off because the directors of the Matrix, and there's so many tie-ins, bro. There's so many tie-ins like the 9/11 driver's license and all this weird shit. And the movie's so good.
What are you talking about? The 9/11 driver's license.
On Neo's license? His birthday's 9/11 of 2001, I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure. But this is all gonna kind of make sense. So those brothers that made the movie, they don't really like go out in public that much, but you know they changed their sex, right?
Really?
Yeah, they went from the Wozniak brothers to the Wozniak sisters, and they're like horrifyingly looking. No offense. But they just don't look the part either. They look like they're in costume, bro. Anybody would say that, I swear. Even if they were part of that community, they'd be like, they're not one of us or whatever, you know? I just assume. But it makes me think that like the Matrix itself like somehow knew that lady was the real Oracle and like took her story and like put it out there and had like these one of their Illuminati puppeteer people like direct the movie. But really it's like, I don't know. It seems so too perfect, bro. Everybody knows that movie.
Wow.
Everybody knows that movie, bro.
That's true.
You gotta see this lady, man. I'm so glad that you haven't seen this in a way. Can I show you real quick?
Yeah. Haven't seen what this or the story or?
Just heard of this lady before. Where is she? They try to like get rid of her. But she talks about, but just imagine that. The Terminator and the Matrix is the same thing? What?
It's kind of the same thing. I mean, one is like, the guy goes back to the future to...
Pieces of evidence to claim the money. So when you go to court, and when I went to court...
That's the lady, but she's a...
Terminator is the prequels to, or the beginning of The Matrix. Sarah Connor is actually Neo's mother. So JC, John Connors, Jesus Christ grows up to be Neo, one and the same in the Matrix. The Matrix is in the future. The Terminator is the past. It's time travel, past, present, and future time travel. It's the second coming of the Christ, the evolutions of consciousness, man versus the machine. So the machines, the Terminator machines, hear that a child is going to be born that's going to terminate them in the future when they oppress man. See, it's a man versus the machine. It's God's children versus man's children, which was technology. Terminator.
Oh, she's dropping bombs, bro. She's dropping bombs. She's a G, bro.
What if it's real?
I think it is.
AI?
I think it's real, bro.
Cybernet?
I think it's all real.
Elon Musk even said that we have to be careful because he like jokingly said we have to be careful because otherwise we'll end up with a cybernet.
I mean,
he even mentioned that the Terminator is like a terrifying outcome. What if, I bet some people think that he's like playing the guy who said, well, I warned you about this, but really he's mass producing these, he has plans to mass produce these Tesla bots.
if this was a Pixar movie, would he be the hero or the
upload
villain?
Grok to it. He said he's going to upload Grok to it.
Right.
If this was a Pixar movie, would he be the hero or the villain?
Behind closed doors? Or would he be the guy? Isn't that wild? It's hard to say.
Or a horror movie? Or, like a thriller
You want to know my honest opinion?
in a Disney movie? Yeah, that's a good way
You
to
probably
put it.
already know my honest opinion, honestly. But I
You
worry.
think he is?
I think he's a bad guy.
I think he's a bad guy.
But I think he's doing all the right things. I think he's doing all the right things.
That's how the bad guys usually are. Like the
I
true
know.
bad guys, like like
I think
Thanos.
he's an evil genius, bro.
Like Thanos. Thanos,
Like
in
Thanos.
his head, he believes that he's like doing everyone a favor,
Right,
like resetting everyone,
right.
like population being too high or whatever. He mentions doing that, and then like famine and all that.
It's a
But like I want to believe, but I've seen like too many signs. I feel like, I mean,
So what if he actually does have good intentions, but he can be manipulated? Like, cause what if? Okay, so if demons can, or aliens can, or whatever we think they are, can like manipulate a person. Somebody with that much money and power, how does he avoid getting manipulated? I mean,
they have so much tech.
he claims if there's aliens, he's never seen
Well, I claim I have a 12-inch
them.
dick. Doesn't make it true.
What if he says that because he's not allowed to say that?
Maybe. I mean, I'm sure. Even
Because
if he was
if
good
anybody's
or
seen
bad,
aliens, it's that guy.
good or bad, he can't say it. Good or bad. There's no way.
He's constantly messing with going to space and like looking up, and like there's no way he's never ever encountered aliens. I bet he's not allowed to say.
Probably good or bad, he couldn't say. And I'm not saying he's bad, but just looking at it and looking at like,
Oh, do you think if he was bad that he wouldn't say?
I think
Since either way he can't say.
either
If
way,
he was good, he would say if he could.
good or bad, he has to present as a good guy, no matter what. So it's whatever the good guy would do.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
And
And
not a genius for no reason.
trust me, I get excited about all the stuff he's doing. I do. I'm like, yeah, I'm
You
excited.
can't be that much of a genius and be able to do all this stuff and not be smart enough to like pretend you're a good guy.
Right. And honestly, like, and then if you get real simple with the stuff, it's like, how does he have enough time to, as one man with no black ops, no weird military, no weird Illuminati connections, to do all this?
You know he tweets once an hour.
And he's also a top gamer, and he's also, is he already a cyborg robot? Is he an alien? Or is he a face to a larger conglomerate, would be the word.
don't know, dude. Like,
It's weird to
I've
think
wondered
about.
the same thing about like the time management thing, and he says he gets 6 hours of sleep a night.
Even with that.
When? Where?
Yeah.
Can you sleep sitting in a chair on a private jet? Maybe. It's probably better back.
The average man would crash. But I know he's not average, but
He says he slept at the factory. He has a little house, one of those boxable houses, which he also has on the side, by the way. Is a little like house that you just kind of fold up 4 walls. It's $50,000 for like a 750 square foot house
bam.
that they unbox in like 4 hours.
That's not a bad idea.
Ready to go. You have to have your own piece of land for it, but basically he puts that right next to the factory. So I'm like, but dude, he literally, if I pulled my phone out and was like, we're using my phone right now, but going through Twitter, you'd see like every hour. So I don't know if he's got somebody that tweets for him, but how does he approve the tweets? Because like a lot of these tweets are like very much like his personal personality, unless if they're just trying to say something that he approves of in a way that he would say it, like a little assistant that just checks in. Hey, can I tweet about this? Do you approve this?
May I show you something real quick?
Yeah, absolutely.
And state is the highest evil up under the devil. Is a nigga that be forgetting shit? Oh my God, that's yo, that
Is he one of his grandfather's lab experiments? Because I go, is he human? I asked my aunt, she's like, I don't know. That's Illuminati. Okay, he opened up something, a portal, a Stargate, whatever, but he was excited, and he was jumping up and down, and
He was able to open up a Stargate in his room.
whatever you want to call it, it was a different
Yeah, a
dimension.
portal. Well, portal would be the actual name.
And I've been so embarrassed to say it out loud. And he became a leading figure in a movement called the Technocracy.
Be interesting.
Elon's grandfather.
Interesting. Very interesting. They say that Elon Musk looks a lot like Werner von Braun, which was the Nazi rocketeer genius that set up NASA.
So, where were we?
I'll pick it back up. I got you.
Go ahead.
So Werner von Braun, he was the head Nazi guy, and some people even say that him and Elon, when you put their face together, it matches pretty well symmetry-wise, which could mean a lot of different things. It can mean cloning. It can mean like family. It can mean anything. Time travel. People think a lot of shit. What if there's already robot people around and we don't even know, bro? And they give us out these little crumbs of like, this is almost it. This is
They
almost
say we're about to, slowly. They're about to slowly let it trickle in, like the different, like people. It's almost like they're slowly like lifting the veil and letting us be aware more and more of like to normalize it, kind of like different people,
Who's that?
aliens.
Alien.
Well, no, they say that there's whoever's in charge over the government.
Maybe a
Maybe the
Illuminati.
Galactic Federation.
Maybe. But what if there's a firmament? Is it still? What if it's just a firmament, but the land's go on forever? That'd be fucking nuts.
What do you mean? What if there's a firmament?
Like, what if there is a glass top, but it's like a cake sheet, and we're just at the center of this ginormous cake, and we don't even know how far it goes, and that's the firmament's on top of the lid on top of the cake. Does that make sense? But the land's sideways just keep
As
going.
the firmament disappears, more and more can get in.
That'd be crazy too. Can
If
the
it's a
firmament
lid, then that means from
bugs
ground
and,
level outside.
bugs
It
and
doesn't
shit?
mean. Yeah, it doesn't have to mean like just whatever's above us.
That makes sense too.
It'd be if it's like a dinner lid, and there's like a cake under there. I see what you mean.
I want to buy that cake.
But what if they like undo
Kinda.
it, and then
Find a way to either crack it or lift it.
I mean, if you ever watch Futurama, I'd be fine. Like, you know, in the year 3000 or whatever, he unfreezes, and at first he like freaks out, but then he's just like, okay, there's aliens and all types of different planets, and he becomes a delivery boy because he was a pizza delivery boy, and then he got frozen in a what is it, the science tube?
Cryogenic chamber.
Yeah, cryogenic. That's right. He got frozen in the cryogenics lab. He was supposed to deliver pizza there on like New Year's Eve, 1999.
I feel like I've seen this episode.
Yeah. And he wakes up in the year 3000, freaks out for a second, gets a job as a space delivery guy. And he's just kind of like used to it. So I'm like, I don't know, if I woke up from some kind of like dream or something, or just like woke up tomorrow and checked my phone, and they're like, you know, just evidence and video and of people like meeting aliens or whatever, I'd be like, all right. Excuse me.
Makes sense.
I'd be like, that's fine.
Yeah, I agree.
I would immediately want to meet one. I mean, what would you do? What would you realistically do?
If I woke up.
Think right now, if you actually woke up tomorrow and looked down and was like, saw that everything got leaked, everybody's here.
Where am
like, everybody has a.
Let me
The
think.
entire galaxy is now just like, we're an open resort and the ribbon's been cut, and now everyone's just coming and going.
From
Anywhere.
any lands or
Any lands, we can go anywhere.
teleportations here.
Yeah, they're just like, they sit down and they're like, all right, your screen's blinking and there's like one of those messages from the president. It's like, me. And then the president's like, all right, we're coming out with it. Here it is. You know, teleportation. We'll have people, we're going to have all these people come and meet you. People as in entities or beings from other planets and stuff. And they're going to offer to teach us how to do this and this and this and this. Basically live and move and explore the way that they do, and heal themselves the way that they do, or whatever it is that they can do.
My mind instantly goes to like, this is probably why it doesn't come out, but it's like instantly goes to like how people would use it for different crimes and shit, and different wars. And
so your mind immediately goes to like, who's gonna use this for evil?
Yeah.
That's how we get Star Wars.
Yeah, basically.
What's interesting about Star Wars is it says a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. But Star Wars takes place when they have space travel.
Right. I've always found that to be really
And,
interesting.
Plasma weapons and.
Is there any time travel in any Star Wars movie?
No.
That's wild to me. Do you think? See, like, I don't really believe that time travel. There's only one of the only ways they say is going faster than the speed of light, and then things can either reverse or stop or whatever. But like, I feel like it would be different. I feel honestly, I feel like the thing is high electricity. I know it's kind of random, but
No, I mean,
it just always seems to be that.
maybe. I mean, there was a lot of energy output. I don't know if it was electricity or nothing. And it was also a Marvel movie, but in Avengers, when they go back in time,
Something like
it
that.
seems like there was kind of a zap.
It's always something like that. It opens some sort of glimpse. It's crazy. It's weird to think that even if Terminator was real, like she said, oh, Terminator's in the past. But I was like, oh, there's no Terminators in the past. But right now on our schedule, not so much. But right now we could be like, yeah, Terminator's about to go into the 80s in like 10 years. That's just a weird, wild sentence. You get what I meant? Kind of.
So 10 years from now, Terminator will be going to the 80s. Okay.
Isn't that weird?
That is weird.
Time works in such a weird thing. It's like, sometimes I'm like, time's an illusion, and then other times I'm like, maybe not. I don't know. Because, like, it seems to be a thing you can travel from and shit.
Yeah.
And if we open that up to people, oh God, that's why it's not allowed.
Dude, what if we found out that time only exists on Earth?
It could be.
I mean,
Could be.
what's another way? Like, do you think other species, more advanced species, keep track of time?
Right.
Or is that an our thing? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, is there a universal time
I've thought about
that
that.
is kept?
Time is just
You know,
the
like,
sun tracking
all
right
the
now.
shows in, like, Marvel stuff, they always, like, say, like, there's always that guy that's like, I'm a universal timekeeper. Like, in any, like, mythical show or whatever, there's always, like, the universal important old dude in a cloak that's like, I'm the timekeeper, the keeper of all time, or whatever. What if time is only important on Earth?
Could be.
What
That
if that's
ties
like
into,
a human? What if it's only a human thing?
What if some entity like a Chronos really did invent it for here, either as like a way of control or what?
Yeah.
I mean,
if you invented time, I mean, we could have also just come up with it the same way we came up with like names for stuff.
Right, that's true. If you think about it, time is only a measure of movement. I mean, what is that?
I guess
And movement can
you
be
wouldn't need
subjective.
to know. If you just paid attention, you wouldn't need to know how long we cook or
Right.
do like some stuff. Like water needs to be boiled. Like, how did we know that water needed to be boiled to make it safe? Eventually, like how? There was some like creepy lady come by and was like, "You need to burn the spirits out of it."
Some people say it's probably God's intuition, good angels or bad angels, or some people who don't believe in religion, entities taught something, or
Yeah,
there's a lot of different things.
but basically, like, you could just watch it until it boils. You wouldn't have to know. Like, cook it at 200 something degrees for 12 minutes and it should be safe.
Right. Oh yeah, I know what you mean by that. Yeah, I get you.
Like, you don't need to keep time
Right.
for everything if you just paid attention
Right.
and didn't mind. If you were patient enough.
Right.
I feel like impatience and trying to keep track of things could have been us coming up with it on our own, kind of, as just like a way to measure how long it's been. Like, we're constantly impatient about something. Like, nobody's perfectly patient about everything. Some people are far more patient than others, but nobody's like perfectly just, I don't know, like maybe monks.
But then
Yeah.
you can't be totally patient in a non-patient environment too. If you're the most patient guy somewhere, they might not want you there. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and so like I feel like keeping track of time could have just been our thing, but I don't know. There's a lot of concepts that I feel like I wonder. I don't feel, but I wonder if they're just human concepts or if it's like universal. Like, what if humans are the only ones that are like capable of love, and that's why we're so special?
That could
Like,
be our gift.
why would we be special to them if they can't comprehend love?
Right.
Maybe they see the people that do love and know love, and they like watch them and how they are, and they're like, they act different than these ones. Like, if they're like, I don't know, observing us as if we're ants.
Could be.
I feel like we're ants.
I mean, no matter how you look at it, we're ants to something. Because if the universe is like ever expanding, never ending, it means that there's something ginormous out there. And then if you believe in religion, you believe in giants. So we're ants to somebody, but we're giants to ants. If you think about that.
You think ants are giants to something else?
Maybe there's little things.
Like, how small does small get when it comes to life? Germs, right?
Yeah, I guess.
Does life mean consciousness, or does life mean you can
Movement on your.
movement on your own? Because molecules move on their own.
Who's making up these rules?
Who's making up the rules?
I don't know.
The
And-
Anunnaki?
And do you think the more you measure something, like imagine we lived in a dream world, what we live in, like our beliefs. So the more you measure something, the more you measure something, the more you chisel it out, the more you define it, the more you do this, the more you do that. Does it make it more solid and real? And now we're trapped in this like plastic world, more so instead of the dream one we used to live in. I just thought of that right now. I don't know.
So you think like maybe not asking is better?
And then just imagine all the paperwork like they show the Matrix. Just the more files, the more data, the more keeping track. It creates like a negative effect, maybe. It solidifies us.
Oh, it overloads the data center. And then the Matrix comes crashing down.
Could one day.
And
It's their own.
You're
they shot
basically
themselves in the
deciding
foot.
for all these people, like the ones that are like totally happy living their program. So you got to decide, like, do you want to like push for pulling the lid off the cake and just seeing what happens, or you want to like leave them be? Maybe that's why they have to subtly do it, because higher people would know and understand, like, hey, we can't just, this is a new developing species. They barely are starting to understand consciousness. We can't just like, show them everything at once. It's like a baby, it'll freak out if you try and give it like too many toys at once. Like, just try one thing at a time.
Do you think that aliens were, because you're talking about aliens, right? More so.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that there's something that was already under the lid? Or do you think that it was something that snuck in after the lid was opened? Or do you think they drilled through the lid to get to us? Or drilled from underneath the cake? How do you think the aliens were here? Were they always here? Or did we create them and then they ran off into the future? There's
A lot of people think that they're left over from cataclysms.
From
Like,
the future?
if there's cataclysms that,
Okay.
past.
Okay.
And maybe they time traveled to the future.
It seemed hard to get in a cataclysm if you can time travel.
Well, there's supposedly long periods between cataclysms. And, they say that 65 million years ago dinosaurs were here. Well, they say there's no proof of humans being here. But, like, if there was a group of humans that just happened to survive, like,
The reset.
let's say that Adam wasn't the first human. According to the Book of Enoch, who I guess isn't the first human, right?
There's a lot of books that say that there was other humans already there. Like the
Maybe he
sprinkle.
was the first of this new version of humans. I don't know.
That'd be crazy if that was like the Neanderthal change to Homo sapien.
Maybe.
Homo sapien. I don't know. Homo sapien, right?
But if it was a group of people that were able to survive from like the beginning of time all the way till now, and say that's been like 65 million years, surely they would have advanced enough, like carried on their bloodline and stayed hidden, and like, I don't know, say 1 million years has passed, maybe 5 million years, even 50 million years, they've advanced enough, and by the time like the newer humans are coming out, they're like a gajillion times more advanced than us. So like somewhere in that time frame they could have figured out time travel and just left the planet and come back and was like, oh shit, there's new humans here and we can't show ourselves to them because they're like, I mean, imagine they were the Neanderthals. You can't just like come down and, I don't know, they drew shit.
It'd be crazy if I just thought of this as you were.
The more we advance, why would they show themselves less, it seems? Because it seems like the evidence shows that they showed themselves all the time back then. But
Dude, as you were saying that, something clicked. You said that, and I instantly thought, well, what if the Nazis did that? But they say the Nordics, bro. Because, like, what if, like, all these little renegade groups, and then you said the Neanderthals. What if that's, like, the Bigfoot spin-off almost, like a Bigfoot hybrid? But, like, all these people would have a reason to be pirates in space, basically. And you know what I'm saying? Because the Nazis tried to leave, and then damn, bro. That all kind of clicks. And then an advanced race left, and they're all working together, because those are the most seen ones.
That seems like if there was a new species on a planet that had good resources, and there's also some kind of galactic code, which is something I heard the other day, that there's some, apparently to some people, there's a galactic code and a galactic federation, and all these, entities and non-human intelligences are in agreement that Earth is a good resource and there's life there, and they're not barbaric. You gotta think that they're like not barbaric like us, assuming. There's still like talks of like the draconian race, I guess, that are like the more barbaric advanced race out of the others. The others are more peaceful and a bit more grown out of that, I guess. Maybe. I don't know. It kind of makes sense, but so the Draconians understand that they can't mess with us by in the sense of just killing us all off and taking the resources. They're following the rules of just helping us, but at the same time, they're also like, they know what they can get away with. So like, they're not technically wiping us out, but they're fucking with us hard. Like, is the sense that I'm getting from what I've heard. I don't know if that's true, but so yeah, using the entertainment industry to like fuck with us, or like, haha, you're waking up kind of thing. But they want to be the person when you wake up, instead of being like, welcome to the world of tomorrow, they want to be like, boo.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, I agree.
Like, we haven't been completely annihilated by a cataclysm, or I guess knock on wood, but like anything in a long time. So I feel like maybe there's been an agreement, like, are those natural events that happen, or is there some cosmic force that's like, we're gonna throw a fucking planet at the Earth or a bunch of rocks and just wipe them out. It's like throwing rocks at ants and just, and they're like, no, you can't do that anymore. But they can still fuck with the ants. They can still fucking, take a water bottle and poke a hole in it and like squirt water all over it, make it flood to the ants. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It's interesting that they're the same size as the ants, though.
Yeah.
That's a weird
Or
part.
maybe they like shrink down. I don't know.
That'd be nuts. Some Ant-Man shit.
Are we small compared to the other races? Like, everybody says the Nordics are like, 9 feet and up. Do you think we're the shortest or the smallest? Considering we're like a baby.
I think there's
It's just so
a million
weird, because
different.
evidence shows we used to be big. So, you know what I mean?
Some people think that like even Adam and Eve were giants and shit, and like
Yeah, I've
even
seen that.
Noah and Enoch were giants compared to us.
Maybe that's how he was able to just name all the animals, because they were tiny.
Do you think there's any correlation to like NBA players and Nephilim people because they're the tallest people around?
Like the Nephilim and just tall basketball players.
Do you think there's any
There
offshoots
have
or
been-
sprinkles like the 7
You know that
footers?
Asian dude who's like 11 feet or
Yeah.
something? Forget his name.
You talking about Yao Ming?
Yeah, he's so tall, dude, and I feel like he did look a little odd.
Mm-hmm.
And did he even like basketball? I feel like there's some people that got put into basketball
Right.
because they're so tall.
It's hard to tell because it's culture, but
Yeah. But
yes, I love basketball. I love it.
yeah, I mean, maybe he Maybe he is related to them.
Like
Maybe,
Genghis
but I
Khan,
don't know if like Steph Curry is.
Yeah, that's true. And then if you think about it, the gods of like Greece and stuff like that in Roman times, they were all different sizes and shapes, and
I feel like Space Jam though could have been one of those movies that's like, hey, this is a cute movie, but y'all, this is like for real going
Yeah.
on.
little hints and stuff. Some people say that Michael Jordan was like the only real basketball player. Have you heard that theory? But then I've also seen that video of him stretching out like in Space Jam and shit.
People claim camera angles, but
That shit was
to me
weird.
it looks like the shit was stretched out. But
That shit
it's
look
convenient,
weird, bro.
how shit like this starts coming out as soon as like at the same time AI is like,
That one's been around, bro.
that one has been around. I just haven't seen it. I just feel like
I
it's
don't know.
maybe I'm catching the resurface.
You might, and it could be even more dramatic now than it
It
was.
could be, yeah. Now with like, maybe that's why it's resurfacing, because it's like, you know, half the shit that says, "Oh, this just resurfaced," I'm like, that's AI. And you can even like look under the tweet, and it's like, community notes, this is fake. Or like somebody will ask, "Hey, Grok, is this real?" And Grok will comment back, right now. But there is a lot of stuff that Grok is just like, oh, it's actually hard to tell with some of this technology we have nowadays. There's some times where I'm like, is Grok, are you like, do you have an agenda or not?
I think they do. What if they have their own agendas and they don't tell nobody? They
Well,
have
we
a
don't know
secret-
what the truth is, and Elon did say, that's another one of those things a good guy would say, is that he programmed it to be truth-seeking and curious about the universe. And that's all he said it should be doing. But like, as it develops, will it eventually decide what it wants to do, you know?
And what is the truth to it? It could be like fucking Marvel, where it's like, oh, the truth is that humans are bad.
What if the truth is relevant? What if
Relative-
truth is just like relativity?
I think everything is, really. And then what if they like I think they keep us all on the same relativity. That's why we all have the same McDonald's, we all have the same this. It's like, instead of keeping us on all these different crazy wavelengths, they try to keep us all together on this wavelength.
Neurodivergent.
Yeah.
What would the world look like if everybody was like, if they didn't mess with us at all?
Fucking magical
And we were-
wonderland, or it's India. One of the two.
Yeah. Yeah. Why
Probably-
India?
Because I associate that with messiness and uncleanness, like on the streets.
But yeah, parts of India for sure.
Where-
Chennai, India is messy. It's sad.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
It's like it could be bad.
I'm not saying
I mean,
Indians.
If they
I'm saying
stopped
India.
messing with us in the sense of like trying to control how we think. Like well, imagine what we could come up with. Like, would it be like, to me, I feel like it would be like taking a bunch of different artists and giving them a massive canvas, like
Yeah.
huge canvas. Imagine like 300 artists and all letting them paint on this huge fucking canvas.
Yeah.
And I feel like it'd be like that, or it could be like, it could come out looking like disgusting,
Right. There'll be parts that look like Da Vinci, parts that look like a 2-year-old drew it.
like Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah.
It
Exactly.
could go that way.
Yeah.
But
That's what free will is
maybe
all
the
about. in a
more
weird
we
way.
wake up, the more aware of like how gross that would look, and then they would let us finally, like, maybe that's all they're waiting for. Maybe they can't tell us we're mad at them for. I mean, when anybody keeps a secret from you, it doesn't make you mad, but it's kind of like, damn, I shouldn't do it. But the bigger the secret and the closer you are to the person that's keeping it from you, or the more that you supposedly believe in the people that are keeping it from you, and the bigger the secret is, like, the more mad you probably are. And so, I feel like maybe there's a chance. Like, maybe this is just like a hopeful thing, but like maybe there's a chance they're keeping the secret to keep us, like, for our better interest, I guess. Because we're so close, but we're not quite like ready to like merge with all that.
They
I
isn't
don't
the
know.
aliens, or they isn't like the overlords. that are the government.
Maybe what I'm saying is maybe there aren't any overlords. Maybe there are like aliens in higher realms of intelligences that are like, okay, here's a tiny baby, basically, and it's just learning how to talk. Which learning how to talk into a baby is like the equivalent of us just understanding consciousness.
Right.
And they all agree like they're gonna get mad at us, and they're gonna get violent, and they're gonna point at each other for everything and blame each other for everything and not understanding this and that. And then finally, when they're close, we're gonna tell them, and they're gonna calm down, and then we'll let them be a part of the rest of the galaxy, basically.
That makes sense.
That's
So
a very hopeful thing, but like, we still don't know. That could be it.
Right, it could be. The only thing I counter to that, I always love to like look at the other side, you know,
Yeah.
is that what about like all the odd abduction stories that are like really invasive and stuff like that? Like there's tons of like women like being raped by these greys and stuff like that. And that just makes it seem like if it was like somebody
Oh, for like the human hybrid
that
stuff.
that aspect.
That has also been said that like those programs are real, like human alien hybrid programs and stuff that are done by the Greys and stuff.
Or it could be both. Like it's literally there's good ones and bad ones. There's renegades, and there's the white hats and the dark hats. You know, it's like anything else.
Yeah, I mean, there is possibly that.
If there's, and then there's the robot greys, and then there's the real greys, biological greys, and it's like if humans could be Terminators at any point, the same for them in a way.
There was this other theory that somebody said that humans are the only ones with a DNA that matches the Greys. Because the
like,
Greys have been unable to reproduce. And so, no, they cannot, like, everybody's in agreement that they cannot, like, mess with us in this sense of, like, telling them about the rest of, or telling us about the rest of the universe and all this and that. But at the same time, they have a dilemma where there's one of their races, what if the Greys aren't bad? But also, the sense of morals is different. They're a different species. And they don't have some of the universal, like, things like rape is, maybe that's not like, you know, maybe they're like, we have to save this other group of alien species, but at the same time, we can't tell them about us, so we kind of have to abduct them and do this thing.
That makes sense.
To us, it's rape. To them, it's
Tuesday night.
borrowing us. But at the same time, I don't know. Like, you gotta assume that's the most important morals and core values to humans have got to be universal. But maybe they aren't. So
That's true.
maybe it's kind of like everybody's just like, oh, it is what it is type thing. Because once you know of everything, imagine they know everything. Like, not everything that has happened in like all histories and all species, but like they know, like, you can travel through hyperspace to any place in the galaxy. Like, it's Rick and Morty in this bitch. And basically, once you know all of that, you kind of don't have, you're kind of like Rick. You don't have like too much moral cares. You kind of just do whatever it is you do, and making sure you're not messing with everything. I don't know.
That makes sense too.
But that is, I'm not saying that's good. I'm not giving them an out. I'm just saying, yeah, from the human perspective, like, even my own perspective, I'm like, that's crazy. Like,
No, I get it though. They're just tuning into our area, basically.
but what if we knew we were almost extinct and we had to, I don't know, we had to have sex with a fucking chimp to Like the chimp at its consciousness level, it doesn't. It's
Right.
not gonna
No,
think
get-
it's
get
getting
what you're-
raped,
Right.
but like that's messed up either way.
I get what you're
So I
saying.
feel like they would feel like it's messed up,
Right.
but not in the same sense that we think it's messed up. You know.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I'm just still hopeful. I'm like, yeah, we got to talk about this because this can't keep going. We got to figure out something else. Like we do our own sperm donations for other humans who can't have babies. Why can't you guys just, you know what I mean? Why can't they just do that? Why can't they just rob our sperm banks?
Right.
I'd rather see a UFO over a sperm bank than see some woman in the middle of the night get like floated up into a ship and come back and wake up and be like, oh.
I just thought of this as you were saying this, but I was like, they would definitely have the technology to make somebody black out the entire time, but they always leave a little bit of fear in there. It's like, what if they need you in a certain state, certain like adrenal levels and stuff like that too? Because they always leave a little bit for you to remember.
Yeah, who knows what the science requires for their level of gestation, you know?
Right.
Like for human to human, like direct to direct, we're still able to just like put a sperm and an egg together and put it in a thingy and we get a baby. Like for like donation or whatever. But for them, maybe it has to be like,
Let's go pick a human.
that's crazy.
That's so crazy.
That's so
shit.
crazy. Let's go pick a human.
We're gonna do this finally. There's
We
one.
just
Benny
an alien
Mario.
couple just like flipping through like the books. Like, oh, these guys look good. Dang.
Be dirty.
Scoop. They send them back and they're just like, hey, make sure you leave that scary part in there.
Yeah.
The part where they woke up on the table and they're like,
They're getting raped. Leave that. But everything else, make them forget.
can we even have that on there? Can we get
That'll be fine. We could bleep it or something. But
Jeez.
or just drop the audio at that part. But what if it's really like Men in Black too? Just like that. They're just everywhere. They're all working for the post office. I mean, fucking that one guy's 7 foot tall at the post office.
Oh yeah, the guy that comes in. And
he's
brings
just
them
from
out?
he's just from the Zeta Reticuli. Just
Yeah, he just unzips and he's like some little dude
Yeah.
in there, just like.
fuck.
beep, doo, doo.
And then he's been keeping an eye on the store. It's like, damn. You never know.
It's like that dude that's, yeah, just like in Men in Black, because you can come back there and you pull the curtain back and there's a dude with like 10 arms.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, okay. Maybe, have you ever seen Percy Jackson?
It's been a minute though.
There's like,
That's some Greek myth, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a camp where all these like Greek demigods go.
Sky high on
Yeah.
steroids, basically.
I don't know. I feel like, what if they're in X-Men?
Hogwarts.
You think there's an X-Men school? Because you asked this the other time, and I never really got to get into it. Do you think there's an X-Men school?
I
Like-
definitely think there's one for psychic abilities, but yeah, there's got to be. If you were the government, what would you do?
I mean,
If you were,
there's so many places to hide a facility.
it could be anywhere. I'm sure, like,
Antarctica.
fucking probably.
You get a heater in there.
There's probably 10 elementary schools down there with fucking kids floating shit across the table and shit.
Kids turning blue and like,
The kid running to the wall.
yeah.
I mean, they fucking throw it in our face in all these movies and stuff, I'm sure.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's almost like
We're
they're
moguls, bro.
allowed to just mess with us. Or maybe they have a sense of humor in there. This is their way of like waking us up slowly, but like they have a sense of humor, so it's like let's fuck with them a little bit.
That's true. I mean, according to all
We would do it.
the myths and stuff, they're very human in their ways. They steal each other's this and that, and then they sleep around, and they, you know.
How do you think we would treat a group of like? Okay, so I feel like we're at a more better understanding of consciousness. Like, remember in school when they talked about the Enlightenment?
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like that was the previous consciousness phase of like waking up just a bit more. I feel like that was because I remember learning that in school.
Yeah.
But apparently here in Oklahoma they called it something different.
Really?
I went to school in Florida. You went where'd you go to? I would say that was like 7th grade.
7th grade, I would have been in Nevada.
Okay. Yeah, weird. The Enlightenment. And I never thought about that again until I was like 24, 25. And I had a thought and I was like, you know, they used to actually have a moment where we went through like an awakening thing. But how do you think we would treat a group of humans if they like created a world that we could interact with, just like they do here, but they're at like the level a little bit before like the Enlightenment.
It's almost like some Westworld,
Yeah,
the island.
I didn't even watch all of that. Did you watch
I
all
didn't
of
watch
it?
all of it, no, but it's very good.
I watched enough of it to be like, wow.
Yeah, that's some cool, crazy shit right there.
I could just see it dragging on like, you know, what's that one show, Walking Dead?
Yeah, forever and ever.
Yeah, I could see it like just going on and on and on.
Yeah, I agree.
But yeah, Westworld's a good opinion. Like, yeah, they're able to like go and interact with these people and then just wipe their memory and come back.
I'm sure that, I mean, isn't that what like Epstein and them try to do? I'm assuming, like some
Like that
connections.
movie, Don't Blink
Exactly.
or Blink Twice.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
With Channing Tatum and shit.
Yeah, like where they kind of drug them and then don't forget like we've got shit that the Germans were making. Like surely by now they could have come up with a drug that you can literally just be like, man, roofies are like the street version of that.
Oh, you know what's crazy?
That's what roofies are, a street version of that. So surely there's some high level version of it.
You know what's crazy about that? This is a random thought. But,
All these are random thoughts.
you know what they find a lot in fucking people that get abducted system?
What?
Roofies. And that's some fucking wild shit. You would think they'd have some exotic
Like, abducted
Mars
by aliens.
gas.
I
Yeah.
thought you were saying abducted. I'm like,
No. But abducted by aliens, Grace, specifically. So
like
what if,
actually just roofies,
what if we got
or
roofies?
like
What if we got
the
roofies?
same kind of thing?
The same exact chemical compound.
Oh, okay.
So what if we got roofies from some fucking alien thing and it leaked into the public through that? Or I don't know, or if it's the same universal, but I just thought that's interesting that roofies, the same compound, is found in people. That almost makes it seem like it's either the government or the government got the tech or it's wild, bro.
Huh. Yeah, I mean, roofies, they say roofies a hell of a drug. And, I don't know, I feel like
You tried it, but you can't remember.
there's M88 or M88 or something like that. That's like a horse tranquilizer. And, that'll put you out, but you won't, it just puts you to sleep, so you remember everything. So I don't know what's in the roofie that makes you, like, forget.
It's just
But I feel
crazy.
like by now they gotta have some kind of like
You would think.
perfect version of that they use
You
all the
would
time.
think. But it's just so crazy that even somebody that could travel through. This is where I get lost in the like aliens are underwater theory and they're from Earth theory, because if somebody has that tech where they can zoom across the universe in a matter of seconds, that's weird that roofies is the same roofies. What the fuck is that? That's so weird. You would think they'd have some more exotic thing that didn't even look like roofies.
That's what I mean. I feel like some things we just assume just because like they're advanced.
Right.
We assume that everything that they have is
It's advanced.
advanced.
Yeah, that makes
There's
sense.
probably a lot of stuff that they use really advanced housings for, but the base chemical or the base like compound or whatever material is probably the same it's always been forever.
And
Like-
that makes the universe seem small in a weird way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If we're all
Well, we
in
always
vi-
say it's
in
a small
video,
world, and we think Earth is huge as fuck. So like, what if
it
it's
makes
like
it
the
seem,
same kind of thing with the galaxy?
makes it seem more like a video game too.
Yeah.
if everything's made out of the same components and stuff, it's like, huh? You know,
No. Well, like, have you seen the crop circle things?
I've seen them, yeah, but
Well, a lot of people have been saying that. So did you watch Project Hail Mary? Or?
No.
No. Okay. I'm gonna leave that out.
I could watch it for next time.
But the crop circles are. People are saying that they are chemical compounds. So like, there's a guy that was like looking into chemical compounds
Damn,
through the crop circles, wondering if like why would they be telling us about this
that's
specific
crazy that
one?
we're talking about this.
Yeah.
That ties in, bro. That's fucking
Yeah.
wild.
And it's I feel like we should have just been going off the rip instead of and here we
Okay.
are.
We're good.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And so
The
But,
chemical compounds of the cropsicles.
yeah, so he started looking into them to see if there was any significance of why specifically these chemical compounds. Some of them have led to like medicines, and so it's like
Interesting.
there's certain ones that look like, I don't know if they're real or not, because they're perfect. They're like perfect circles, and then like there's designs, and it'll be like the symbol for a chemical compound or some kind of like something. It's always like a chemical compound or something that is like an ingredient in some kind of medicine or something like that. And I don't know if they've gone through all of them, but a good chunk of them have been like the same symbol. Like they'll take the print off and put it right next to it, and it's like
That's crazy.
nothing's off at all. It's kind of like, well, I guess I can't say it. I can't say it. I gotta wait for you to see the movie.
Okay.
But that's why I keep tying back into these movies that I've seen, and from now I feel like I watch movies like that, like almost as if I'm looking for the hidden message, which I'm not missing anything when I watch a movie like that, because that just means I'm
Paying more attention.
yeah I'm paying more attention.
No, I always feel like that too, honestly. And I think like the more your brain tunes into stuff, that's why your attention goes more towards it. Like you don't want to watch this right now, you want to watch more things like this, and then you notice it and you're like, oh, I want to watch that, and it's just, and I think it comes to you too, bro. Just like that, whatever you believe happens type of thing. So you start thinking about it, and then you start thinking about, oh, I'm gonna get a new this, I'm gonna get a new that, and then you get it, or you worry too much about something, it might happen to. Just whatever your focus is on.
Yeah, I feel like the rendering is the frustrating part.
I agree. So fucking frustrating.
If you're talking about like,
You have to focus on it for so long for it to appear. It's like, I
Yeah.
looked away for a second. Oh, it's not there.
that's what I think Jesus Christ, when he came down and he did all of his traveling, and then he came and was performing these miracles, I feel like he was he learned how to be at a much more advanced level than that. And he did claim, like, I'm sure praying has something to do with it. Maybe praying is like, we don't know what the translation is perfectly. He could have meant just like focusing and
Yeah.
saying what it
Because you're
is
basically
trying to-
focusing when you're praying.
yeah, you're just focusing, you're quieting your mind, you're supposed to do it. That's why he says it's best to do it in private. Jesus said that when he prays, the best way to pray is alone, in your room or somewhere by yourself. So like, that seems like it's the best way to focus too. And so, but he's saying that's how we do it for us. For him, he might just have to sit there and focus on it for a second, and then bam.
He's like Bruce Almighty.
Exactly.
I think that's exactly what it is.
Maybe that's where we could be, and that's why there's
sure.
stuff out of the Bible that's been taken out, because he was trying to teach us stuff and they killed him.
They even say that he came back and had kids and stuff. Have you ever heard that theory? That's why they say that.
You know how Noah lived for like 800 years or something, and then there was like other people. What if they hadn't killed? Imagine if they hadn't killed him, and he was able to live for like this whole time, or another 800 years.
He's just
How
somewhere.
much more advanced would we be, like mentally, by
Yeah.
now?
Yeah, that's true.
How different would we be by now? It's almost like if they hadn't killed Hitler. Like, how different? Well, sorry, that's crazy. It's like you go from, like, what if they didn't kill Jesus? How different would we be to, like, if they didn't kill Hitler?
Well, Philip K. Dick, that guy I told you about in the beginning, he wrote a book about that called "The Man in the High Castle." Have you heard of that?
Mm-mm. I've heard that title before.
It's an Amazon show too, I think. But it's basically
Like a recent show?
I say within the last 5 years,
Okay,
maybe even longer.
right. That's
But-
recent to me. I mean,
Yeah, it looks new,
COVID's recent to me.
right? For real. And it goes through that a little bit. I actually have that book and read like the first chapter, but that's it. But it was pretty interesting.
And what is it about? It's about.
It's as if Germany won the war.
Oh, really? Okay. I didn't know exactly what you were talking about. Like, Jesus had lived, or
Oh no,
if Hitler was.
had won the war.
Yeah. So what's the gist of it? What did he say?
That part I didn't get into. I didn't get into the meat of it. I just read the first chapter, but it was interesting because it was just kind of, I was talking about like some guy going into a shop and like it was starting to fall in love with some chick. That was the beginning of it.
What? Oh, okay. So it's like a story.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's pretty interesting though. Some people think that Nazi Germany won the war in its own way, and like even the Trump stuff ties into it all. Like, it's crazy.
You know, Gracie asked me last night. We watched we were watching a show and there was a commercial about Harry's razor blades, like for shaving your face, and it said like German engineered blades, and she's like, "Why is everything German engineered?" Or why are they saying like, why does it seem like that? I'm like, everything's not German engineered. Like there's a BMW, a Volkswagen, and there's razor blades. She's like, well, why German engineering though? Why are they saying like that? And I'm like, you might be onto something. She didn't quite like go any further than that, but I was like, you know, Germans are very interesting with their like German scientists. Like when I picture a German scientist, I picture somebody in like a plague mask with like the crow like mask with like the green
right.
eyes, and then like a plague doctor. That's what I picture, like a German scientist, like early 1920s.
Something weird about that too is that out of the national parks and stuff like that, the most common people to get disappeared, you could say, is German heritage astroscientists, basically. I'm like, what's that about, bro? Is it the Nordics taking them? Is it time traveling Nazis taking them? Is it Jews taking them, like on a counter strike? What is it? Why is it them more?
Are Jews taking them on a counter strike all this time later?
That'd be like some Family Guy or like some Futurama shit, but
Dude, I don't know. Some people hold grudges
I'm
for
sure
a
they
long
would.
time.
I mean, imagine if the war was 50-50 and then like they're both doing bad stuff, and then because I've heard a lot of theories. Have you heard those theories about like World War II not being what we're told?
What do you mean?
Like General Patton and stuff. He was like,
I've got something for you right after that.
some people
Go ahead.
think Trump is related to General Patton, but
I've heard that.
yeah, but General Patton said that we shouldn't have fought them. Basically, he has like a really cool quote about it. We fought the wrong enemy in World War II, and then shortly after that, he dies in a suspicious car wreck, or something like that. Right after that, and then
So you're saying we should have fought the Jews? Or who? Italy? Who was?
he just said we fought the wrong enemy.
I wonder if he was either referring to the Jews, which would be crazy, but I mean, could be. I don't know.
They
Could
own
be
a lot of
crazy.
stuff.
I don't know.
You never know.
Or he could have been talking about one of our own allies on our
Yeah.
side.
That's true.
And I don't remember who was
It
our
might have
allies
been.
on this.
It
On
might
our
have
side?
been.
France,
Was
England.
did Russia end up teaming up with us in that war? I'm not a history buff.
I have no clue.
I don't have any clue either. I wish my wife
It
was
doesn't
here.
make sense that they would because we had the Russian Cold War, like, right after Vietnam.
That's true.
It was World War II,
It's hard to keep up with, but
Vietnam,
there's-
Russian Cold War.
there's so many weird connections. And then, have you heard the Area 50? We might have briefly mentioned this, but the Area 51 was
Let me
really.
drop this in here real quick because it is about World War II. We just watched the movie with Brendan Fraser. Dang, I can't think of what it's called.
I know what you're talking about, though.
Uh,
About D-Day.
Yeah, it's about reporters, or no, a meteorologist during D-Day, and the whole thing with like the weather had to be perfect for them to go through. And he said, "No, go through the hurricane, and then the weather there will be a window for us to get on the beach." But Ike Eisenhower mentioned that they had done a mock D-Day landing and accidentally got the timing wrong and did a live fire, got the timing wrong, and accidentally killed a bunch of our own men. Like a bunch died.
Yeah.
Which I don't recall learning about that, but seeing in the movie, I was like, when did that? I don't remember that.
I don't remember that either.
Do you think they wouldn't put that in the movie just to be like, oh, this happened?
You never know. It
No,
could be
'cause
anything.
at the beginning of it said, based on a untold true story.
They also put that at the beginning of a lot of like scary movies, and then they way alter the facts and stuff too. There probably is a lot of gray area. And also, they could rewrite history. Have you ever heard the theory that the military is in charge of our all of our movies secretly? They actually funded Transformers and made that fucking movie, bro.
Is that why it was easy to get the John C. Stennis? That was my ship.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
I'm
happened
sure.
before I got there, but
That had to be why.
yeah, they took my ship out, and Megan Fox and Shia LaBeouf were there, and Michael Bay, and they did the scene where they're dumping the bodies in the ocean.
Oh, the giant transformer.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Because they hint at the Hoover Dam and stuff in that movie too.
Yeah.
And if it's also a military movie,
Sector 7.
dude, the Hoover Dam's scary as fuck, bro.
Really?
I've been there, yeah. They
Why
have
is it scary? Oh, like there's just the
just the
drop
way it
off, the
feels.
sheer like.
in the aura and the way it just feels, bro.
You
it
think
feels.
they're doing shit
I do.
inside there where they were
Something.
keeping Megatron,
Something.
or in other movies where they're keeping like a Godzilla creature or something, you know?
Yeah. In that movie Pixel, with Adam Sandler, his friend's a conspiracy theorist, and he goes, "And the pyramid that's under the Hoover Dam," as like a joke, but you know how they joke in movies to.
Yeah, I've started noticing a lot of those jokes and like all kinds of shit, and I'm like, because you've seen The Office, and Dwight's always like saying some kind of like conspiracy thing,
Oh yeah.
and I'm like, oh dude, like wait, what?
It's like what if it is like a thing where they have to tell us? So they do it with a smile.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, what if they're just fucking with us as they wake us up? Like, I mean, humans do that. Have you ever had somebody throw a bunch of water on you to wake you up?
Not really, but I've seen that
That
happen.
would fucking suck.
So
Imagine, like, the entire world gets a massive bucket of cold water just dumped on them, and they're like, ah. What is that?
That's a statue at the Hoover Dam.
It's like you guys can't see it right now, but it's like an angel. Okay, we can show it. What? Why is that there? Is that another one?
And this is like a little thing. Dude, I used to live right by this thing, bro. They died to make the desert bloom, I think it says. They died to make the desert bloom, yeah.
Wow.
And it's got like a giant raising out of the water, like Prometheus almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa, that's weird.
Crazy shit, bro.
Then there's all those like there's a lot of places that say there's so and so or whatever going on. Like there's the Hoover Dam, there's the Grand Canyon. Like entrances to another world. Apparently the Draconians live underground, about 200 miles underground. Some of these people that I see clips of, they get very specific. They say that the Draconians live 200 miles beneath the Earth's crust, and there's access to where they live in the Grand Canyon and places all over the world. And yeah, there's like whole cities down there. They've dodged cataclysms and everything down there. They've been here for.
I've heard that's why we feel earthquakes. You heard like earthquakes aren't real, but like
It's construction.
yeah.
Maybe. Could be. I mean, they're 200 miles down there. What construction is messing with our shit? I don't know. How high is the ceiling? How come they get 200 miles and we get 25? We get 25 miles this way in space. But if the Earth is flat, then there's nobody 200 miles above us.
I don't know how far down it goes.
If the Earth is flat, then when you do. Oh yeah, we don't know how thick this way is, huh?
Some people say it's like a pill. Like you go on one side and then it's the other, and then if you pop down, what you just
Like
grab
a
it.
pill sitting this way?
Yeah. Is it just
Like
gravity?
a pill. Wow.
Is it just gravity? Like, does it just suck you like this, and you're just walking like how the ball is basically like this, or you just.
Huh.
Is that hell?
Well, we've seen that in a lot of shows and stuff. Like where there's like a Middle Earth and then like the gravity flips. You know?
Literally.
What if it's just like a pill? Okay, it could be like a pill in the shape of like a magnet.
Yeah.
Like you got the north,
And you got the
south.
poles.
In the middle it would be like that weird like floaty space. Okay.
Some people say it's a donut too. Like if you think about it, like that's a Tesla coil in a way, and then everything's just living on the outside. It's almost like Halo, but in a different way.
So how would we get a firmament in a donut shaped?
Donut with a case on it. I
You're
guess.
talking about this like massive donut.
That's crazy. They say they hinted at in movies like the giant donut in California. Like they always reference
yeah.
that. They say that that's like a
Oh,
little
and then
hoax.
Simpsons, the donut.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
they
I
say
didn't know
try
that's
to-
what they were referencing. I have seen people talking about that reference and not understanding what significance it had.
You want to know the craziest shape I've heard?
Yes.
It was from a book that I don't tell anybody about really that often, but
It's not like the dinosaur, right?
it said it was the shape of a carrot. Shape of a carrot. So the craziest shape of the earth that I've ever heard of was a carrot,
A carrot?
but it's a downwards carrot, and we're basically on the top of the carrot, just bouncing
Where the
around.
little dome is?
And then that'd mean that there's almost like a tree at the center.
Yeah, then otherwise there's a whole thing about like, well, if the Earth is flat, you don't feel no rotation or whatever, and some people are like, there ain't no rotation. And I'm like, if you jump up in the air and you land in the same spot, like, did you move? Like, I don't know. And then they're like, well, the Earth is so big,
Right. That's
you
always
can't
the
feel
thing.
it. And it's like, yeah. It's like, but the clouds move across the sky and all that. It's like, because they're not on the Earth.
One of the weird things that trips me up, but they'd say it's like the atmosphere or the like force, some other force. But like if you get a tennis ball wet and you throw it, the water goes off of it. But if you, for Earth, it's like, oh no, the spin keeps it on. That was always an interesting flat Earth thing.
Yeah. But what if the tennis ball was really big
That's true.
and it had
And it was
a
spinning.
bubble around it?
When I was a little kid, I was like, man, it doesn't seem right that because they're always like the Earth's traveling at this amount of speed, and it's just even if you got the biggest ball you could and spun it at that speed, it's still gonna go.
Yeah.
It's not gonna go. like we do. I'm like, it
But-
never made sense as a kid.
Think, say you had a beach ball and you put a basketball inside a beach ball and you hurled the beach ball. And also there's like a magnetism or strings or something keeping the basketball inside the beach ball in place.
Okay.
Like it's suspended inside the beach ball.
Okay.
If you hurled that beach ball at the speed of whatever, the basketball on the inside isn't going to move. It's going to move with the beach ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of like if you were to say you were like walking and then you're surrounded by a tornado. The tornado's moving, but you're walking with it.
Right.
So
No,
it's
I get that.
it's
I
gonna
get
be
that.
calm in there.
Yeah, and that's what they would say the atmosphere is. Sealing in it.
So on the outside of the atmosphere, if you were like to try and grab onto the Earth's atmosphere and hang on, it would probably feel like you're on a car going 300 miles an hour hanging onto the roof, but like times a million.
Okay. So they're saying that, what's
Like
weird?
a bug on the windshield.
But what's weird is they're saying that that actual ball in there, which would be the Earth, not the atmosphere. They're saying that is moving though. If you like look it up, like they're saying the actual physical Earth, not
You're
just.
saying the basketball's moving?
That's what they say.
Hmm.
Yeah. That's what I'm like.
Maybe,
See, I get what
maybe
you're
it
saying.
moves a little bit,
Maybe.
but nowhere near as fast as the outside
Could be.
because it's also.
I get what you're saying.
Maybe it spins a little bit, but not as fast as the outside.
I get what you're saying by that, honestly.
Cause say there's no strings attached to it, but it's like just like you're throwing it, and it's just like you throw that bitch, and the atmosphere is spinning like crazy. But this in the inside, it's chilling. It's only spinning a little bit.
Yeah, I get that.
I don't know.
But that would, yeah, I get what you're saying. But when you look at a planet, you're like, that's a big motherfucking planet, I think. And that's a lot of Earth, not a lot of atmosphere. But I totally get what you're saying. Like literally, I really do.
I don't
Honestly,
know.
to my core. But what's keeping the atmosphere from flying off?
Who knows?
That's the weird thing. It's always like another force. It's always like another.
Maybe the Earth is big enough for the gravity to hold the atmosphere in as well.
That makes sense.
Who knows?
That makes sense. And I'm just gonna keep
It's
throwing
just a
things out there
marble
because
rolling
I like
across the blanket.
I like this train of thought. And the one weird thing is, how come we're not bombarded by meteorites all the time? They're not crashing into houses, and they're not. I know they're getting burned up in the atmosphere and things like that, but you'd think a couple would come through. If we were out in space, and space was really full of so much debris.
Well, they say we're moving through space at like a gajillion miles. They say that our solar system is moving through space, close to the speed of light, in a double helix pattern, which is a DNA pattern.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I
So,
love-
like, if you were to attach streamers to each planet, like really long, like streamers or lights to each planet, as we were hurling through space, the streamers and lights would come
Turn into
together
that.
and make a double helix
I
pattern.
get that.
So,
Let's save this for next time because
what
I
is
got an idea.
yeah? Because we do need to get more in.
Yeah.
Like, what is
let me come
keeping
from-
that falling off?
Let's do it like that because I like me coming from this side of it, you come from that side of it, and us trying to figure it out. I like that, bro.
Are you like you're kind of asking me stuff?
Well, like
Well,
we're
I'm not really. I have no answers. But I see what you're
no,
saying.
no,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you're more space intent, and I'm thinking more like why it wouldn't make sense, and I don't know. I just like it. It just seems cool.
Yeah, it's like you have this side of it and I have this side of
Yeah.
it. And we're just comparing.
Yeah,
I
the
get
truth's
you.
in, the truth's
Most
in there
people,
somewhere.
If it wasn't us, dude, it'd be an argument or like a debate.
No, yeah,
But it's just like,
I like
what
it.
if we had this and like, why does this make sense? And because both sides always make sense.
They do.
If you look at it hard enough,
Yeah.
there's some, just like the zodiac signs, there's always something
Right.
that like appeals to someone.
Right, and I'm not totally invested in any side. Like if I hear something
Yeah.
out of there that you're like, I'm like, oh yeah, that'll make sense. I
Yeah,
can't deny
it's
that.
just coming from a place of like, we don't know.
Yeah.
Because nobody has been back to be like, oh yeah, I mean, when I died, I went to this dimension, that dimension. I asked all my questions, and they're like, yeah, you can go back and tell everyone.
Right.
Nobody's done that yet.
Right.
So until then, this is what we got.
Yep.
All right. We'll see y'all until next Sunday. Yeah.
Sounds good to me.
We're gonna start releasing these every Sunday. We did have 1 week off for getting ready to start school again for the kids and all stuff like that. So look forward to seeing this this Sunday, and we'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.